Amici, amiche, buongiorno, siamo su KenoMATTINA e qua con me oggi c'è Meneo. L'intervista sarà in inglese perché, parliamo in svariate lingue, io lì quando ci incontriamo, lui capisce l'italiano, io capisco lo spagnolo, però parleremo in inglese in questo momento. E hello Meneo, it's really nice to have you here. Meneo is a very good friend of mine. He's a legend in the chiptune 8-bit Game Boy scene. He is one of the best Game Boy performers I have ever seen. We played together a few times, and right now he is also starring in a movie called The Mystery of the Pink Flamingo. And I want to start talking about Game Boy before getting to the movie. How did you start with the Game Boy? What happened? How did you bump into the Game Boy?
Well, I'm living in Spain. So actually, I'm from Guatemala. So these Spanish conquistadors came to Guatemala, and suddenly I was on my way to Spain, in prison, as a slave. So no, I'm just joking.
And they forced you to use the Game Boy.
And they forced me to say like, okay, you have to
write Game Boy bangers now.
They were like, you have to use 4 AA batteries and for the rest of your life. And I was like, and it was pretty easy because in Guatemala they only use they don't have any electricity like power lines, so it was pretty easy. No, actually, what I can say is that I went to New Year's Eve to Geneva, like in Switzerland, and I saw this amazing music made from Game Boys in a party, and I was really fucking hooked. Like I was amazingly kind of like getting really I don't know. I was programming a little gallery around MACBA, in Barcelona, and I started writing to some festivals if they knew some musicians that they did that. And actually, we had an amazing scene in Barcelona. Like it was one of the most like hottest. If anybody remembers Micro Music, remember that?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so Micro Music was one of the, I don't know, like best websites in the world at that time, because you could chat with the other members, like we do now on Facebook, and it was incredible because you could see a map, and you could see all the members that were, that's it, that is Micro Música. So Barcelona had a really amazing artist, and I started doing soirées, like parties, events, and we invited people from France. It was Eat Rabbit for the first time. Yes,
Eat Rabbit is still one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, he's got like an amazing taste. Actually, they came to sleep to my flat in Barcelona, and they never showed up because they were partying all night. And the concert was really amazing. Like he actually played, and we had some amazing artists from. It was Rabato, was another artist that was living in Barcelona. He was the one that actually told me how to, where to buy the cartridges, and I was only like a producer at that time, but I was lacking. I don't know how to say this. I call it like archaeology music, which means that you somehow think that the music you're doing had to be in the past, but nobody did it. For me, it was kind of like the whole Donkey Kong saga, but like more like reggaeton, because
yes.
for me, dembow and reggaeton was, I started hearing it in 1992, 1993, and it was like 15 years before it came to Europe. So the thing is, like, I always thought that if technology would have been available for Nintendo programmers that should have lived in the Caribbean, you know, like in the
Yes.
Jamaica and República Dominicana or in Puerto Rico, where they should have done like amazing, like cumbia, tropical, salsa, you know, all this vallenato, tumbao, all this kind of music, right? So I was not really making new music, but I was just like adapting kind of like old instruments to old music.
Cumbia
So
bass.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So if, for example, it's like, you know, there's an artist here in flamenco. He's called Camarón. He's one of the best singers. I think he died at the end of the 80s, you know, like, so he's like a flamenco. Oh, and there's like this legend that says that he was actually playing in New York when Prince, you know, Prince, that's
Yeah.
it, that's Camarón. It's one of the greatest singers. He was touring around the world, you know. So the thing is that there's this legend that says that, urban myth maybe, that Prince, you know, the producer, like, don't you want me, you know, he was actually in the public in New York, and afterwards they met, and Prince was crying, saying like, "Oh yes, I wanna produce your next album," you know. So that and the thing is like they say that they made a deal in the backstage, and they started to party so hard that when Camarón came back to Spain, he was almost about to die. Yeah, yeah, really, really, because that's because they party really hard. So the thing is that they say that Prince could have done a Camarón album. Just imagine, you know, in the 80s, a flamenco, you know, like Rosalia now, but
Ah, Rosalía me encanta muchísimo.
yeah, exactly. Well, it should have been kind of like that, you know, like a Rosalia, but back in the 80s, produced by Prince, you know? So that's kind of like the things that I think as a musicologist that this term exists, you know, like this kind of like arqueología musical, which doesn't exist because you're not discovering something, but you are mixing things that are both from the past, you know?
You're eating a rainbow?
Yeah, it's salt. I just woke up because it was full moon last night.
Oh, yes.
Nobody that I know. I was texting people at 4 or 5 a.m. People were not sleeping well because it was the strongest moon that we're going to have in 2021.
And nobody was sleeping.
Yeah, yeah, it was really weird because, well, we cannot go out here in Madrid, you know, like we
In
have
Milan as well.
Yeah, so, okay, so we're all in this together. Oh.
Yeah, I really, when I think about parties, this is a nice thing to say, but when I think about parties, I most often think about you because some of the most fun parties I've had, it was with you. I remember one of the last parties we did in Valencia. It was really a lot of fun, and I really look forward to have you back in Italy and to party. Fiesta.
Yes, actually, that's gonna be like really something. Well, well, yes, we need like you know the movie you saw, you know, the Mystery of the Pink Flamingo.
Yes.
It was really party oriented, you know, because it's a story of a guy that makes like this journey through color, you know, through his wardrobe, but also through ideas, through what is kitsch, what is good taste, what is bad taste, what is a good haircut, what is a bad haircut, what is natural, what is not natural, you know. So at the end of the movie, they reveal that this character that you think it's fake, it's me. It's a bit kind of like I don't know, like maybe like Borat. You know this movie? Because Borat is like a fictional character, but he's always interviewing people that are real. So you have this kind of like fictional with a documentary energy, you know? So at the end, when the movie ends, people want to dance because that was the thought You know, like we had like an agenda of festivals where we were invited to do our opening and our premiere, our debut, and we were always kind of like booking also little clubs so that people of the festival could also party with us afterwards. So it's a pity that we kind of like started to show the movie in COVID era. So we missed a lot of parties in Japan, China, Switzerland, Netherlands, USA, London. But at least we can show people like this movie, and we've had like an amazing time, because when people go out from the movie, they're happy. You know, it's a kind of like a feel good music.
Oh yeah, I love the movie. It was actually... let me just do a quick explainer in Italian. Rigo Meneo ha fatto questo film di recente, The Mystery of the Pink Flamingo, con Javier Polo. È un film, io l'ho visto, lo potete già vedere su Apple TV e su Prime Video. Ed è una storia di... è una ricerca, uno studio sul fenicottero. Oh, i tarocchi. What's the name of those in Spanish?
The what?
Of those cards.
Oh, this is tarot.
Tarot. Okay, in Italian it's tarocchi, so it's the same. But Rigo, I remember we were driving back from Tuscany. We were going from Tuscany to Milano after a show, and you told me, I started doing this thing. It's a movie about flamingos, and of course we were hungover because it was the day after the party, and I thought, okay, that sounds like something Rigo would do, and it was okay. This is so interesting, and when I finally saw the movie, which I loved, it's such a feel-good movie. It has a lot of meaning, but it's not heavy. It's very uplifting. I really enjoyed it, and I also really love the color pink. So when I finally got to see the movie, it was fun. Because I know you are a character in the movie, but I know Rigo Meneo as a person, and it's really fun for me to see that both the character and the man, because the difference is very subtle, because it is you.
Yeah, I know. Like a lot of people said, like, why were you wearing black? You know, like this, which I don't have even black socks, you know. But the good thing is that we were able to give back all the new black clothes to the store, so they were never bought, you know. But the good thing about the movie is that it tries to talk about the flamingo in so many ways. For example, there's a way that I never talk about the flamingo, which is that we went to Aruba to film the proper animal, you know, and they have this amazing way of getting together each like 10 minutes, because like there's one flamingo that goes like and then like other flamingos go like, okay, what's going on? And then it's kind of like a raver, like a DJ, you know, because they're like and then they get together and then they go like really crazy, like all together, you know, like and then they explode like and then they get separated, you know, and they're like, okay, it's chill out time, yes, not raving time anymore. And they get separated for 10-15 minutes, and then they start again in 10 and 15 minutes. So they're always kind of like going crazy, like that is something that I couldn't put in the film. Oh, you're gonna put the trailer?
Oh yeah,
yeah, let's do it.
And so we can also Los Hermanos Polos. I love Javier Polo. Such a good.
Yeah.
But when I started seeing the movie, I saw you with those dresses, and I said, okay, this is weird. I have. It's not weird because it's just a black black shirt, but it was like, wow, that's. I have never seen Meneo wear black.
Yeah, I never wear black. Actually, I wasn't really comfortable at all. This is really stupid. It's like, who cares if I wear black or not? It's not really relevante. But actually, it was really weird for me. And the good thing is that I met the director before doing the Europe in 8 bits. That documentary, right?
Oh yeah,
exactly. So this director, he was really amazing because he kind of like went to all the micro music or the 8-bit or the lo-fi gigs that were done like in 2015, maybe 2014. I don't know. Like, he was really active back in the day, and it was his documentary was like really kind of like helping all the music scene, and
it was important.
Not, yeah, he was not into the music scene. He was just into the kind of like the way people feel about things, how we kind of like express without trying to be popular, that's the romantic kind of like output that he wanted to give. And that's why I met him. And afterwards he kind of like he kind of like has this energy of how like people live life in a different way, that's kind of like his way of directing or writing. And I was really pleased that we were like working together again. And it was amazing. One of the most amazing thing was being at the house of John Waters, this director, So he had like this is not on the film, but he had a collection of things in his underground I don't know, gallery,
Yeah.
And one of the things he had was the first electrical chair that was used to kill someone in the US.
Awful.
yeah. But the thing is, like, he's known for his bad taste. That's one of the things we were talking all the time during the movie. That he had this thing about bad taste that he said that the only way that you could do bad taste is only if you know what good taste is. It's like this eternal provocateur.
Yeah, I think the movie is a movie about taste.
Yeah.
It is definitely, and it was funny for me because it made me question what is taste and why I like stuff and why people like other stuff. But I have a question. How did you manage to get this shot? Like, how did you get so close to the Flamingo?
Actually, we went to Aruba, where was this place where it's kind of like a natural place where they are like in the wild, because it's kind of like a nesting place for them. It's an island, and we were waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning for 4 days, so we could get no tourists around, So we were really early, and it was really difficult because there are birds, and like dogs, and they don't like people, It's not like you can call a dog and dogs are like back, back, back. No, it's they don't like people at all, They just go away. So it was really difficult. We were like really kind of like, and it was also January. It was not really hot, So it was pretty cold, and we were always kind of like chasing the flamingos. But at the end, that was like the teaser that we first did, so we can afterwards go and sell the idea to the producers.
The pitch.
Exactly, do the pitch. So when they saw this shot, that I'm dreaming, which is like the opening shot of the movie. they were, which is this one that we're seeing right now. It was kind of like people thought it was 3D. It was like like computer aided graphics, and we were like, no, it's real, because we spent like a whole week traveling and doing everything, and they were like, no, it's natural, and they were like, okay, it's too good to be true, and we were like, but yeah, that's how we made it. Yes.
I am so happy that you did, because it really is. It's a very interesting movie, and I expected nothing less from Javier. I remember really liking Javier. Javier è il regista del film. I met Javier because Bart Culomono
Yes.
called me many years ago and told me, Fabio, this friend of mine is coming to Milano. He is trying to shoot a documentary about the 8-bit scene. Will you please help him? And of course, he stayed here at my place, and I happily drove around some parts of Italy. We went to many shows, to as many shows as we could, to show him around. And it was fascinating for me, because he was not part of the scene. Javier was not part of the 8-bit scene, but really made an effort to understand. And it was really nice seeing him at work, because I know chiptune very well. I don't know flamingos at all. Like I used to see flamingos at the zoo with my grandfather when I was a kid, but flamingos are not my area of expertise. And it was really nice to see Javier at work with something I don't know.
Actually, that's what professionalism is, like it's really weird to have somebody that is not from the scene, as you're saying, doing this kind of work, this investigation, and really taking a lot of care in the information and interviewing each and every one of us without caring if somebody is famous or not, really kind of like just really treating everybody really well, and that was something that I was really passionate about him, that he and I think that's something that we should kind of like sometimes we are used to just kind of like investigating something in things that we like, and then we suddenly meet these people that are like connectors, like they connect things, they connect persons, they connect ideas, and that is the type of person that sometimes maybe I have to say something, maybe I'm a creator, because I create music, but my work is somehow enhanced by connectors, by people that try to see further than the normal scene, and that is amazing, because they are actually the ones that make things happen in a way that nobody does. So yeah, when people tell you like, what are you doing, and if you're being creative, I think sometimes what I'm doing, for example, right now in Madrid, I do a little show about contemporary dance,
Oh yeah. Wait, you I think you sent me a link about that. Maybe I can show it.
Yeah, I can send it to you right now.
Thank you.
It's gonna be €1. I'm just okay. So the thing is that somehow, since I was like DJing lately, like a lot, before the pandemia. You say pandemia too, right?
Yeah, but we say pandemia.
Pandemia.
But it's the same.
Okay, this is it. Okay, so I had this interview with a shaman, a girl from Colombia, and she told me like, I know that you're a little bit depressed, not maybe depressed, no, but you're a little bit like anxious because normally you used to go every weekend to like a party or a festival or some awards or something, and you were performing, doing a DJ set, But now that everything is closed, how are you managing? I was like, yes, I'm not really in a good mood during the week. I'm really kind of like normal, happy. But in the weekend, I have like these anxious things because I cannot move, I cannot go places and I cannot. And she told me that you should do the same thing. And I was like, everything is closed, no venues, no festivals. How can I do the same thing? And she was like, well, when I say the same thing, she meant that I should move to a place, a certain scenario, and then I should create something and then come back with what I created, And it came to me that I wanted to work with contemporary dancers, And contemporary dancers, they follow me each week to like a plateau, to a studio, or to like to a cultural center, or a park. And what they do is like they do an improvisation on a couple of words that I give them, and I record that, and then I come back and I put it online,
That is an amazing project.
Yeah, it is really cool because they always dancing about words, So I say, like, for example, this is ilusión, So there's these girls that are like dancing for 1 minute or 2 minutes. That's the most, 2 minutes. And we're doing like a dictionary, on how like gestures or how the body can express words, because sometimes some things are not expressible in words, And for me, it's been an amazing journey this year to discover the whole contemporary dance scene, because it's kind of like the most punky scene ever. Because in music, you can, like, for example, you can buy your Marshall amplifier, your Gibson guitar, You can dress yourself as a punk rocker, but maybe at the end you're not a punk rocker. You're just kind of like playing along or doing like a poser, But in the contemporary dance, your instrument is your body, So if your body is not well tuned, if it's not really, tempered,
Tempered.
Yeah, tempered.
Bellissimo.
Yes. So if your body is not really a good instrument, people really see that and they go like, you're not a good dancer, So for me, it's the most punky because there's no language that you can. It's not like in music that you can write your song and copyright it. You cannot copyright moves. It's impossible. So for me, it's kind of like the most honest, the most do-it-yourself, and the most punk scene that I've ever worked with, and I'm really happy. It's been like I'm not the creative, but I'm the producer. So it's been a really nice journey for me this 2020 and now 2020 to change. I'm now behind the scenario. Yes.
Yeah, it's. I love this because I think you can both be a creator and a producer. In order to be a better creator, you have to be a producer. In order to be a better producer, you have to be a creator. And for me, 2020 was the year when I felt I needed to get something in.
Yes.
In order to get something out. And this is amazing. Let me just do a quick recap for people that just tuned in right now. Amici e amiche, io sono Kenobit, lui è Meneo, artista con il Game Boy, recentemente protagonista di un film che si chiama The Mystery of the Pink Flamingo, disponibile su Prime Video. E adesso stavamo parlando l'Empereur.
Amazing, huh?
Amazing, yes. Stiamo parlando di un progetto che ha fatto con Radio 3, nel quale ha seguito dei ballerini e delle ballerine di danza contemporanea che ha documentato e li ha fatti ballare su una parola. Oh yeah. I have a question. This is done with Radio 3, right?
Yes.
What is your experience with radio? Because one of my big dreams has always been having a radio show. And I know you used to do Latinator, right?
Yes, Latinator was for 5 years a collection of all the labels that were producing or editing music in Iberoamerica, which means like the Iberian Peninsula, which is Spain and Portugal, and also all Latin America. So it was really cool because each week, I had to showcase, I had to do an investigation on a label. And I think we did like 230 labels, it was really a lot. And Radio 3 here, it's kind of like BBC.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the national radio station that makes people kind of like put on the radio and everything. And I did also another radio show when I was in Guatemala because my father wanted to be a radio host, but my grandfather didn't allow him to. So I think I inherited, I somehow, I've never wanted to do radio in my life, but somehow I had a lot of opportunities to do radio. Yes.
Yeah, I used to listen to Latinator from on the internet because of course we don't get Radio 3 here in Italy, and
Yes.
it was very fascinating for me because it actually got me thinking, because I always think there is a lot of music that I don't know about. Like I'm sure there is amazing Italian music from the 60s, from the 70s, from the 80s, from now.
Yes.
That will, being in Italian, will never be known in China or in
Totally.
South America or whatever. And so I always think, what am I missing? Like, I am sure there are, right in this moment, several scenes throughout the world of amazing stuff that just don't get to me because it's not famous or because it's not in English. And it was really fun to listen to Latinator for that. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at for the logo of Latinator, but I cannot find it.
Maybe I have the Instagram of Latinator one. I can send it to you.
Oh, yes.
That's gonna be one arrow. I'm just joking. Here you go. I think it's
Let's see.
maybe I have it on the Facebook.
Yes. Let's go. Ah, Latinator, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, already following, yes. Let me also link it to the chat. YouTube saved our lives. There were a couple of questions earlier from the chat. Cuckoo asks, are flamingos approachable? Did you have to bait them or control them in any way?
Yes, actually, they eat like cat food. Like these little pellets. Like
Yeah.
So yes, you have to go with this cat food, and then you go like, and then they go like, okay, you have something to give me, me, and then they go. So they're like really hungry all the time, like go like. Actually, I think I have. So yes. So they go like, and then you go like, and then they go, and you go like, come back, and they go like, yes, come back, and then they go. So it's like that. They don't have a. You cannot call them by their name. Call me by my name. Yes.
I think right now I'm missing two things. One is parties, of course, and the other one is traveling. Looking at this, when I was seeing the movie, I told you it's an uplifting movie. It's a very happy movie for me, and also it made me want to travel. Like I really like this shot. This is a shot I really envy. I want to do this at some point in my life. I want to drive a coupe in the desert. How was this? Please tell me about this.
Well, the thing is that it's really weird because there's nothing that can stop you. There are no roads. You can go everywhere. And I started kind of like really just closing my eyes and just kind of like something that like total freedom, total liberty. It was really weird, really fucking weird because you're there, you're going like 180 miles per hour, really fast.
And
That's
there
where
is nothing.
there is nothing and nada. That's where they do the tests, for the cars to, for the like a wind tunnel and everything. After that, they test them here, and it was amazing. Like the energy is like, and we were just coming from Las Vegas. This is really close from Las Vegas, so it's kind of like this energy where you think you can do everything. Like the energy after driving is like, wow, like everything is possible, and I tend to think that it is nature, the one that gives us all this energy in a while, because nobody would have designed a thing like this, So yes, it's. I think that all the like the energy from the creativity and all the I don't know, but it's nature, It's you just have to look for it, but it's amazing how all the natural things, all the spots are the ones that, or maybe now, maybe it's not nature, maybe it's the buildings. If you do like, for example, parkour,
Oh yeah.
that is like the new nature for me. It's like, it's amazing. I'm really into parkour now.
You do it or you look at it?
Yeah, I'm practicing here. We have some bridges in Madrid, Rio. And
Really?
we're kind of like, yes, we have a crew, and then we go like during the evenings, we're going like ping pong, pam, 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 padaga, pam, ping, pam, pam, padaga, pam, pam, pam. That's it.
And it's called free running. It's parkour
Exactly,
free.
it's called free running. Yeah.
Oh man, this is something I didn't expect from you. But you're a man of the unexpected, so.
Well, the thing is that we cannot dance, but we still can do some parkour. It's everything that it's based on movement. That's the thing. Yes, that's the thing. So yeah, it gives you a lot of energy. Yes, totally. Those are really professional guys. Huh?
Oh yeah. Well, I am really fascinated by parkour for the same reason I am fascinated by dancing, because it looks to me like it's a major control over the body. Like you are so much in charge of your body that you make it do things. And that's why I am super fascinated by dancers, because I see them dance, and it's not something I am really good at. I enjoy doing that, and I don't care if I'm not a good dancer. But when I see dancers like the ones we were talking earlier, it's incredible for me, because I don't have that kind of control. But I do realize that there is a lot of work of work you have to do on yourself to get to express like that.
And also you have to, like, for example, for us, when we're doing like this these jumps and this, we always focus on the music. We always have like little, like, like boom boxes, so that makes us kind of like get into the, yes, we have to boom, boom, pa. And then we say like, no, this music is really fast. Maybe we should put another tempo, another BPM, And it's amazing how people talk in the street about music, and they go like, no, I have this song. And then we go like this, and then we choose a song where we're going to do all the exercises with, or do all the tricks. So it's amazing how like the music in the street also gets connected. I think it's something that's amazing. Yes.
And I know it's a difficult topic, but what about music? What are your plans about music right now? Because
I had like an amazing end of the year, because I had a call from an agency in New York, and they told me like, we have this song that we like from you. which is like the song is like a bomboleguero, which means like it's a song from the south of Argentina, and it's like a 3x4, like a waltz, but the kick, it's not in the boom 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 boom, and it's like boom baco boom baco boom baco boom tak tak boom bam, you know. So the thing is, like, I made a song with this and a little bit of reggaeton with dembow, like 5 years ago, and now they used it for an advertisement, and the brand is Instagram. So Instagram used one of my tracks to
Amazing.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing because they paid like around 30,000 euros for using it. You know, it's a lot of. I think I can send you the link.
Oh yes, please.
Yes. So the thing is that since that, I've been like a lot of people have been telling me, like brands, you know, to do some music for their advertisement, you know. Yeah, and also like for 3 weeks ago, I did this streaming where I did like a let me show you, like a live set, but with like drum machines and things like this, you know. I think I can send you this right now because it was really nice to see all this kind of I don't know, like really awkward 80s sounding music, but with it was let me show you. I think I can show you here. This is it. Let me show you. Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, I think I have it here. Here you go.
Let's find it.
This is the live set I did for the first time 2 weeks ago.
Let's see. Nel frattempo ve lo linko anche in chat.
This is like really 80s, kind of like boom, 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 boom.
Ah, I see you with the pandemic mask.
Yeah, totally. And yes.
Let's. We are on Twitch. I think if I put audio, we will get a copyright strike, but who cares?
No, because it's not really copyrighted.
Ah, amazing.
Yeah, it's all brand fresh. Yes. So yes, I was doing this live set a little bit 2 weeks ago, and yeah, just having fun. I'm like I don't stop actually. Like I'm really, I don't know, like and you know, the Instagram thing is just like another
Let's see.
advertisement, you know, like it's
of course. I also this year I wrote different music. Like I started writing some more chill stuff because I knew I wouldn't play it for the parties. I would play it for people in their apartments, and so I wrote some more easy stuff. Let me see.
like more down tempo.
Yeah, without kick drums.
Yes. Wow.
Oh, let's see the Instagram advertisement. With audio.
For the selfie queens and unheard teens, the change makers and booty shakers, attention fur moms and pom-poms, to all the lip syncers and out-the-box thinkers, paging the outsiders and lowriders, the ones turning heads, turning the tables, flipping the script and ditching the labels, to the health goths and the sweatpants sloths, the leaders on a mission protecting our home, the explorers who answer a calling to roam, to the ones who make us laugh out loud and the ones who make us proud, to you, to me, to the future we want to see, Today looks real good, and it's yours for the taking. Today's the right kind of now for the moves that you're making.
So it's really
So
weird.
turn it up.
It's kind of like a
Let me hear you
normal,
say.
Yeah, I love the groove. That when you go straight in.
Exactly, it makes a little change, and it's actually a really weird because it's an instrumental song, and I never do instrumental songs, but somehow they heard it. So nice, yeah.
Yeah, I love you as a musician, and I of course I love your Game Boy stuff because I love the Game Boy, and there is a special energy about the Game Boy shows, and you know that. But I also I really enjoy your stuff as a producer. Like one of my favorite tracks of yours is this one, Suave.
Oh yeah, hey tu sala. Yes, that is really cool because actually that's a song that people sing here in Spain since they're really like a child, like little boys and girls.
Yeah, it's filastrocca in italiano.
Exacto. How do you call it?
Filastrocca.
Filastrocca. Filastrocca dei numeri.
Sì.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Okay, perfect. So there was, I wanted to do like a club version of that, kind of like, yeah. And it was really difficult because the association of music producers, they were like, no, you cannot copyright this because it's like a folk song,
Yeah.
It's kind of like boca to boca, de boca en boca, it's
Sì,
kind
sì.
of like
Tradizione orale.
Tradizione orale. That's it. That's exactly the term. Yes. So I was like, okay, if it's that, then I can also do some oral tradition, So they were like, yes, it makes sense. It makes sense, But we were like 6 months in and out emails, like saying, yes, you can, no, you can, yes, you can. And then at last, I could do it. So it was. I know this song, they put it a lot in parties. People are like really kind of like really happy to hear this kind of like things. Where your childhood becomes kind of like a little bit more hyped.
Yeah, I think it's fun because I think we are the generation that killed adult age. Like in Italian, there's two words. There's uomo and ragazzo. Which sounds like uomo is man and ragazzo is boy, chico. And when my father was my age, he was a man. Now, if I talk about my friends, I talk about ragazzi because it's almost like we don't want to be adults. And I think it's part of the reason why the Game Boy is so powerful in clubs, because it's a connection between your infancy and your adult age. And I think it's really fun to take stuff from when we were kids into the future and make them techno or make them aggressive or danceable or stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that is right. I'm actually writing down what you're saying because it makes sense, like being aggressive is not part of our culture anymore, And back in the day, you can see it in the movies, They always depict these persons that are like honorable and they have to fight for their lives, this kind of energy. And now it's like really awkward to see this kind of behavior, Nobody likes to have to push somebody, like now I think the currency we're now kind of like using is empathy, and it's time, people like to meet another people. So maybe we are not really kind of like some like, I don't know, like we're not given energy to having a house, like I don't know how to say it, but yes, I think being healers to what being you always have to be a kid, in order to be a healthy adult.
Man, a word I love to say when when somebody asks me, okay, who is Meneo, who is this guy, what is this guy doing, I always like to say that you are a kind of a shaman, because the party is a ritual, and you have the skill of making people comfortable, because it's not about making people dance, because everybody dances and everybody sometimes take off their clothes, but it's because it's you make a shared experience. You usually you see the techno artists performing on stage and it's separate, and you always go in the crowd, you're in the middle, and I think you have kind of a shamanic energy in creating the party, and I have to say that it's the kind of energy that I really miss. Like I can't wait for clubs to be open again, to feel that shamanic connection.
There's this post that I did a few days ago, and it's like a little thought about what liberty or what freedom was without us knowing. And here you can read it, and it says like liberty or freedom was being able to dance with people that you don't know.
I saw that post. It was so powerful to me.
It was amazing, because at the end of the day, you have your friends, you visit them, you have a really good time, but it's actually the people that you don't know that you have energy with, like the ones that you interchange and you exchange energy with those. So imagine, yes.
This was honestly, I tried. Everybody wants to talk about the pandemic because it's something that is happening to all of us, and it's natural for people to want to talk about it. But I find it boring usually, because people always say the same things, which are true maybe, but it's always the same. And this was what resonated with me, because it really was
kind of like an eye-opener, right?
Yeah, the liberty was dancing with strangers, and when I saw this poster, I thought of all the times I found myself dancing with strangers, and say, okay, this is what I miss, and this is the power of the parties. It's not getting drunk, it's sharing a moment of liberty with strangers.
Exactly, yes, that's it. Yeah. I'm so glad. Look, it's 12 o'clock and I haven't gone to the bathroom. I really need to take a shit.
Man, so, you have to take a shit. Have a wonderful shit, Rigo. I thank you so much. It was a treat talking with you. I look forward to have you back in Italy as soon as we can. It's a promise. We will be dancing with strangers in Italy. And man, ti voglio molto bene, fratello, e è stato bello parlare con te.
Perfetto, gracias hermano, un piacere, Fabio, un abbraccio.
Ciao Rigo, buona giornata, buona cacca.
Ciao.